do you think that the geopolitical tensions are affecting markets?
See, in my view, geopolitical tension is limited to the countries which are not very important for a financial market perspective. So, just to tell you, like if you look at Russia-Ukraine side, right? So, like Ukraine is immaterial to the market. Similarly, is Russia actually. So, right, even Iran and Israel also is like the same thing. And what has changed in the last couple of years, no, like dependency on oil has come down materially. China is now having 41% share of electric vehicles in their total automobile. So the oil demand growth is not picking up. So that is why the oil market, despite all the war, has not reacted to the extent. So geopolitical tension will always be taking headlines more, but reality is that all the countries have printed so much money after COVID. So no one would like to derail the growth. So when that is why you are seeing Eurozone is supporting Ukraine, but they are not taking extreme step, right, to attack on Russia or anything, because every country has gone through the pain and they have printed so much money in the last 4 or 5 years. So so that is why, for a market perspective, no, it won't be a very negative event actually. Means there are always some plus and minuses will happen, but definitely it will not move the needle to the market.
So even the despite this trade or a tariff, along with the geopolitical risk, markets are still rallying, like despite this chaos.
So I tell you, I'll elaborate it more. So very clearly, tariff is a real concern. I won't say it is not a concern, because in tariff, what happened, if the tariff really implemented, then US growth will falter and inflation in US will shoot up. But Trump is a businessman, and like how he is changing the narrative every time, because he also knows, like, because for consumer goods they have to import and rely on China very much. So that is why he is very flexible to change the thing. If really there is a huge tariff on China and other thing, then definitely market will get a negative reaction. But we saw Trump change the narrative. He is postponing from July 9 to August 1, right? He is knowing the reality that implementing tariff is not easy. Saying is easy, but implementation is very difficult. Otherwise, the prices will just shoot up in America. So my personal sense is that unless it is implemented the way it has been talked, market will not react negatively. And for Indian market perspective, good part is that we are really getting better deal as compared to many other countries in the world, right? So like people are expecting India will have a duty less than 20%, and if you look at item wise, no, we export more consumer centric goods to US. So America knows this, like it will be not in their interest to put too much duty on India, right? So that is why India is getting a relatively better deal, and my sense is that our market will do relatively better than any other market. My only thing from a global market perspective, we have to only watch China duty more importantly, right? Because China is such a large country and very important. So I am watching more India duty and China duty rather than anything else. So far with China they have made some arrangement. That is why I really feel it will not be that negative for the market at all.
So despite this trade tariff and the geopolitical, where are the macro opportunities are available on globally?
Yes.
You are a macro strategist. So where do you think these macro opportunities are available?
See, very clearly, like India can do very well in textile in terms of in next few years, because what is happening, the duty on Bangladesh or Vietnam is more than India, right? So Indian textile can do extremely well. Second point is that the China plus one, which everybody is talking now, very frankly, China plus one is a great opportunity not for American company but for a European company, because of the Russia-Ukraine war, and Russia and China has more alignment. So the Russian, European companies are looking at more reliable supplier than China, right? So for European Union, India makes a very good natural choice. So I really feel in chemical industry, in pharmaceutical and others, and even in manufacturing, European can look at India more favorably as compared to China. So where I find lot of investment opportunity coming into Indian pharmaceutical manufacturing and even engineering goods, so that will do very well. So that is there. So I really feel the risk to India is much less, unless like US put on India 30% or more duty. So that is the things to watch. If what people are saying, duty on India will be below 20%, believe me, market will rejoice actually.
Is there any opportunity outside India you think where maybe growth is visible, then the valuations are maybe very mouth-watering?
On a relative term, no. The China has turned a lot of things for the equity investor. Last 3 years, what happened in China? No, there was a policy called common prosperity. So, like nobody can become rich, right? So, if you report more profit, the Xi Jinping will put more taxes and everything negative was there. So the companies were underreporting their profit, right? So that is why their stock market didn't do anything. In last 6 months, Xi Jinping has changed the narrative, right, from common prosperity to growth, and that is why the Chinese market, in my view, is relatively better place to invest.
So when you, I think one data point which is macro data points, what we have alluded, these are mixed at least at this point in time.
Yes.
But there is earnings are not supporting. So is there any disconnect between the macro indicator optimism versus the earning trajectory?
No, that you are right actually. So the government is also cognizant of this fact that the growth has slowed down materially. That is why they are giving all the things, CRR cut, repo rate cut, lending very freely, so that to, and like 12 lakh income tax benefit which has implemented. So all these things are very good to revive growth, and and I'm not saying whether numbers will come or not, but the effect of all this should come in second half, right? In terms of earning, the earning in first half may not be great, because what we are taking the step which should reflect into the number and corporate action in second half. So second half earning is very crucial for market to either to rally or to correct. So market will look at second half earning more crucially than the first half earning, and that is why I said in this period, believe me, Anup bhai, I have never seen in my life so much family offices, PMS, AIF, all the corporations are putting money into equity markets. So there are a lot of money chasing the market, and the company which will report earning growth now will trade at any multiple, which you cannot imagine. So this market has a lot of money, and wherever there is a earning growth now, the stock is just getting re-rated. This is what is happening, and that is why your risk when you invest in individual stock now, your risk is very high, because If you are trading at 40-50 p multiple and because of xyz reason now the earning disappoint, no, stock will correct by 25% within no time. You will not even time to react. It will correct so fast. So so that is why, as a fund manager, we are in a very difficult spot, right? Because the valuations are high, and if something goes wrong, the correction is sharp. I will like to elaborate that first of all, this market will not fall much because too much of money is chasing the market, right? So at every level there is a lot of buyers are available because you understand now FD rate was 7.25% last year. It has come down to 6.6% today. And by March, April 2026, no, 1 year FD rate will be close to 6%, because your CRR effect will come from September 9. Then your liquidity will improve and your FD rate will go to 6% by AAA bank like ICICI, HDFC and all. So you can imagine your money cost is going down. So where will you go? So that is why this market, as I told you with confidence, should not correct by more than 4% because your interest rate is going down. So the coming to other thing, this market will reward to the earning very handsomely, right? Like for example, in my time, if you are an electronic engineer, because computer science was not there, you were easy to get a visa of US because there were no engineer available, right? So same thing is here today. If any company reports better earning, no, they can trade at any multiple because money is more and stock is less. This is what the time is, right? So significant deviation in fund performance and everything will happen, and that has started for last 5-6 months.
Chief, sorry for my ignorance,
Yeah.
but I'm getting little confused.
Yeah, please.
So
you will have, that is what is needed in discussion. Yes.
So I think, see, on one side you are alluding that there are gush of money from the PMS and the family offices,
Yes.
even from the retail.
Yeah.
On the other side, you are also saying that there are a lot of gush for a papers, new paper.
Yes.
So there are a lot of people who are selling, the smart people, the PE, VC, the promoter who are running the businesses. And another, like there are FI also, they are selling there. So is there any disconnect? Somebody, on the one side, there are people who are optimistic. There are some people on the other side, the extreme smartest people who are living the market.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. See, what happened, I give you in practical life how it happens. So suppose you bought a stock during COVID. Let's take example, you bought KEC International at 40 rupees in 2001, for example. Then what happened? Suppose today it become 500 or 600, then you will certainly sell. So like PE which came in 2001, right? So they have made 3-4x and they have really lost money in China. So suppose you manage a fund and you had invested some money in India, some money in China, but you have to give return to the investor, right? Investor will ask after 5 years, what is my return? So you have to book some profit wherever you have gains. So in China they have not made money, so they have to book profit here, right? You got my point. So that is why they are also forced to sell in India because they have made money in India. This is also a reason why they are selling. So what is happening today? You are seeing your interest rate is coming down, your cost of money is going down. So where will you park money? You have to come to the market, right? This is how it has happened in America. Why everybody invests in stocks and mutual funds and everything, because interest rate fell very badly. Same thing will happen in India. So whether we like it or not, your business will prosper. I can guarantee you. Only thing is that to survive and thrive in your business, you have to advise them rightly, right? If you sell wrong product or the unfit product, you will be in a trouble, right? So you sell the right product which will really help everyone. My personal sense is that earning growth in India will be 9-10% on a CAGR basis. We are not going to have 15-16% CAGR which we saw in the past. because nominal GDP growth rate is now from 14% came down to 9-10%. So we will have earning growth of 9-10%, not like 14-15%. Those days are gone. So in 9-10%, no, pick and choose is more important, right? Those companies which will show you better growth will trade at a very high multiple. This I am repeating many times because this is what is going to happen. The growth is going to be paramount in investing. So the value investor who have made money in last 5 years are not going to make money. The market is shifting from value to growth, and as a money manager I have to understand, and you have to understand as an advisor, that market is moving from value to growth to quality again. This is the big trend in the market which is happening.
So will you see near future the FIIs will come back India, and what will be those triggers if they come?
See, very clearly FII have missed this rally in Indian equity market. They never thought. So now they are making excuses to not to invest in India. So suppose in your life also you have missed something, you will always give excuse, this is bad and something. So all the FIIs are giving excuses that earnings are not there in India. So if God forbid we get earnings back in Q3 and Q4, they have to buy India very aggressively, right? So the earnings are the key, because they cannot say no to India for any other parameter except earning. So they are now making excuses because earnings are still not great. So that is why the company in consumer businesses know where earnings are more, no FII are just buying. So you see in Bharti Airtel, every FII are just increasing their stake, because Bharti is a consumer's mobile, everybody has to use, data price and pack prices are going up slowly. So you are seeing there is a earning growth, and so they are buying businesses where there is a good growth. So I am saying, if the growth revival happen in banking stock, everything, you will see FII have to come back to India, right? So no other excuses except your earnings at this point of time. Add to this, I would also like to share, in last 5-6 months, hedge funds have lost their shirt in India. So hedge funds are also in a trouble today. FIIs are also in trouble today, because FII used to short all the NBFC and all, and RBI has changed the rule of the game. So NBFC has done well. So everybody is in a problem in India. All the FIIs, the hedge funds, everybody is in problem in India. So that is why the market will not fall much. As the market will fall, no, they will come and buy the stock because they missed the rally. So that is why this gives me conviction to tell you that market will not fall materially from here.
Yeah, I think you are alluding that there is a maybe 4-5% maximum correction what can see.
Yes.
So you are saying that we will not see bear market in at least near future.
Yes. Yes.
And if at all, if that happens, what would that causes would be? Why, if the bear markets touch, what sort of reason those could be?
See, the bear market can come in India in a scenario where, suppose for example, monsoon is not good. For example, today monsoon is progressing well, but if it is not great in the times to come, right? So your inflation can again go up, right? So that will be considered as a very negative for a near-term perspective, I would say. Second, politics is also very important. The outcome of Bihar assembly election will be keenly watched by the market, right? Because you had a mixed general election outcome, right? And if the Bihar election outcome is also not great, so the government has to become much more populist. So they will have less money for growth, right? And they will do all freebies. So the market will keenly watch the Bihar assembly election very, very, very closely.
So also, I think time and again, I think one key point which is coming basically the earning growth. That's the biggest pain point what we have.
Yes.
So what are the invisible roadblocks for reforms you see, which is not maybe talked about, but maybe if you want to share in a closed room?
Very clearly what is happening, there are a lot of delays and everything is still there, right? Foreigners are not able to come and set shops so easily, and hire and fire policies are also not there, right? Land acquisition is a big trouble apart from many things. So these are the real hindrance. Rest is all okay, manageable. So that is why the growth is not very strong, right? So very clearly, we have to give some subsidy like what we are giving PLI scheme. PLI is very important and government has understood it, and that is why the sector where PLIs are there, they are doing well. So if we increase this PLI for many other sector, no, I hope growth will come back. So that is there. Apart from this, the China is becoming much more unreliable actually. So that is why the manufacturing sector in India should come back very strongly. If you see in EVs also, they are not giving like magnet, right? And even for metro railway and all, you need tunnel boring machine, they are not supplying now. Okay, so you are seeing our growth to certain extent is being impacted because China is not supplying machinery. So our government will try the best, hopefully, to revive growth in manufacturing. That is the big opportunity in the times to come.
I was also reading one data point where it says that hardly there are 18-20 companies are there who have produced profits year after year in a decades period of time.
Yes.
So do you think the buy and hold strategy doesn't work? Buy and rotate strategy may be a rightful one should look at people like you, or even if someone is managing direct stock portfolio.
See, I would really tell you this: if you hold, the companies which are growing at around 10-12% also, no, don't ever sell them. See, in India, if you own some product company in the portfolio, in your portfolio, never sell them because it is very difficult to have that kind of innovation. The company which make product, right? In India, generally the engineering and all are very difficult. Those who have succeeded, no, never ever sell them. They may go through the cycle. There will be good time, bad time, but ultimately they will be winner because we can't copy them so easily. My investing suggests that the product company should never be sold, right? Rest all we can sell. Like auto is cyclical, it will go through ups and downs. So we have to always be nimble footed to trade on them. The cement is a cycle, oil and gas is a cycle, metals are cyclical. So these are cyclical businesses. But those who have, let's say, innovation, those who have that, I would say, very clearly expertise, knowledge-based business, no, we should never sell, right? We should not trade. We just keep it and they will perform well over time. But cyclical businesses, we should have to have in and out actually.
So one on the product side, but on the other side also, do you think the high margin businesses are equal? Does it signifies that these are efficient businesses?
Yes, absolutely, because they have, I would say they have their intellectual property, right? So nobody can copy it. So those businesses one should never sell.
So why do you think the holding winner is really hard than it seems?
See, what happened, like वो बोलते हैं ना कि जो जनरली क्या होता है कि अपन ने जो एक्सपीरियंस लोगों का रहता है वो यही रहता है कि यार ये प्रॉफिट है, ये भाग जाएगा करके, तो लोग प्रॉफिट को बुक कर लेते हैं सबके सब और लॉस वाले को ही रखे रहते हैं. तो सबके पोर्टफोलियो में जो बच जाते हैं ना वो लूजर ही बचते हैं जनरली. तो ये एक ना बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक है हमारे इन्वेस्टिंग का, क्योंकि सबको लगता है यार मैंने 100 में लिया था, आज 300 हो गया, तो यार इसको निकाल दो करके, राइट. और क्या होता है जो 100 में लेते हैं वो 50 हो जाता है, तो उसको रखते हैं यार अभी तो 50 हो गया, 100 तो आएगा. तो ये जो है ना, ये इन्वेस्टिंग का ये हमेशा प्रॉब्लम है एक्चुअली, राइट. मैं हमेशा क्या बोलता हूँ आपको, जनरली ना कोई भी स्टॉक हो, एग्जांपल के लिए आपका 100 का 300 हो गया ना, तो उसका ना 25% बेच लो, ताकि क्या होता है कि आपको ये जो सपोज ये गिरा भी तो आपको ना रिग्रेट नहीं होगा कि अपना कुछ प्रॉफिट बुक नहीं हुआ. और वो 75% को मतलब आप रखो, आपकी कॉस्ट निकाल लो, मतलब वर्स्ट केस में, और उसको पड़े रहने दो. वो ना बेटर स्ट्रेटेजी है ताकि वो चलते रहे. और ना लूजर में ना जरूरत से ज्यादा पैसा ऐड मत करो, क्योंकि यदि कोई अभी देखिए बाजार इतना वाइड हो गया है, 780 पीएमएस है, राइट, 300 फैमिली ऑफिसेज हैं, हाँ, और हमारे जैसे 50 म्यूचुअल फंड है, हम लोग सब लगे पड़े हैं, राइट। तो अभी कोई भी चीज ना अननोटिस नहीं रहती है, वो अननोटिस का जमाना गया। अभी जो है वो लोगों को हम मेरे से ज्यादा नॉलेज है, ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन है, राइट। तो अभी अननोटिस का पीरियड है ही नहीं। यदि वो चल नहीं रही है ना तो उसमें कुछ तकलीफ है, तो इसलिए जरूरत से ज्यादा लूजर को ऐड मत करो, राइट। अब वो इंफॉर्मेशन आर्बिट्राज का जमाना गया कि जो हमारे मैंने शुरू किया था, जिस आदमी को डिविडेंड यील्ड कैलकुलेशन आता था ना, वो विनर था। कि डिविडेंड यील्ड क्या होता है बॉस करके नहीं मालूम होता था, राइट। तो वो विनर होता था। आज तो सबको सब पता है, गूगल में सर्च करो सब मिलता है, राइट। तो माय पॉइंट इज दिस कि यदि लूजर है ना उसको बहुत बढ़ाओ मत, उसको भले रहने दो पेशेंस के साथ, पर डबल अप ट्रिपल अप मत करो।
अच्छा, और एक चीज़ देखी जाती है कि अगर जो हम फेमस इन्वेस्टर्स है, मान के चलो अगर गोपाल अग्रवाल ने अगर कोई स्टॉक लिया तो हमें लेना चाहिए, सो पीपल क्लोन द फेमस इन्वेस्टर्स पोर्टफोलियो, इज दैट अ फेल स्ट्रैटेजी?
देखिए क्या होता है, मैंने ना बहुत सक्सेसफुल लोगों को देखा, जैसे राकेश झुनझुनवाला को देखिए, या एग्जाम्पल के लिए आज मधु केला का एक नाम है। देखिए क्या होता है कि सबके पोर्टफोलियो में ना 80-20 होता है, 20% स्टॉक ही ना 80% रिटर्न देते हैं और बाकी 80% का 20% आता है। तो ये कोई भी ना ऐसा कोई ग्रेट नहीं होता है, हर की लाइफ में ना में यही होता है, पैरेटो लॉ ना हर जगह अप्लाई होता है। अब आपका लक है कि वो जो 20 वाले हैं ना उसमें आप हो, तो वो ही ठीक है, पर ना किसी को कॉपी मत करो, मतलब, राइट। और यदि कॉपी भी करते हो ना तो खाली एक ही स्टॉक उसका मत लो, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं हो जाए कि वही आप ले लो जो 50% गिर जाए। तो यदि आप किसी सक्सेसफुल को फॉलो करते हो ना तो उसके 4-5 स्टॉक लो, ताकि लॉ ऑफ एवरेजेस रहे करके, क्योंकि जनरली क्या होता है हम उसका एक ही लेते हैं यार, वो चला नहीं करके, तो ये हमेशा ही होता है एक्चुअली।
अच्छा गोपाल जी, एक बात बताइए कि हाउ टू बी अ गुड इन्वेस्टर, कैन ग्रेट इन्वेस्टिंग बी लर्न?
सर देखिए मेरा ना ये एक तो मैं बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैं बोलूँगा, देखिए मैं खुद लर्न कर रहा हूँ। बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो होती हैं ना, ये मार्केट में कोई भी नहीं बोल सकता कभी भी कि मैं सक्सेसफुल हूँ करके, क्योंकि ना मार्केट रोज नया चीज़ सिखाता है, राइट। तो जैसे मैंने आपको जो चार्ट दिखाया कि 2 साल एक सेक्टर अच्छा चल रहा है, तीसरे साल वो बैठ गया, तो कोई भी चीज ना, मतलब कोई भी आदमी कभी भी सक्सेसफुल नहीं रह सकता। इसमें ना हमको हमेशा वी शुड बी रेडी टू अनलर्न टू लर्न, राइट। कि आज एक आइडिया को फिक्स मत कर लो कि ये ऐसे ही होता है। यदि ये चीज रखोगे ना तो आप जरूर सक्सेसफुल होगे, क्योंकि कोई नया वे भी हो सकता है, राइट। तो वो नया वे होगा ना, वो हमेशा ओपन रखो। जैसे एग्जांपल देता हूं, पहले आपको याद होगा 2000-2003 में जिंदल ग्रुप बोलने से लोग डरते थे, राइट। जैसे आज अदानी से डरते थे बीच में, राइट। परंतु अब वो सिचुएशन चेंज हुई, अब जिंदल ग्रुप ने कैसा वेल्थ क्रिएट किया। मेरा ये बोलने का है कि ना बाजार में जब अपन इन्वेस्ट करते हैं ना, तो पहली बात तो बायसेस नहीं रहना चाहिए कि ये अच्छा है और ये खराब है। बिजनेस को समझो और उसमें इन्वेस्ट करो। और दूसरी बात, रीडिंग बहुत करना पड़ेगा, राइट। क्योंकि इन्वेस्टिंग इज कॉमन सेंस, वो एक बहुत ब्रॉड टर्म है, परंतु ना उसके अंदर में ना बहुत काम करना पड़ेगा। जब तक आप बिजनेस को नहीं समझोगे कि ये बिजनेस का प्रॉफिट कैसे बनता है, उसमें, राइट, उसके ड्राइवर्स क्या हैं, वो आपको पूरा समझना पड़ेगा। और आजकल क्या हो गया, बहुत टेक्निकल इन्वेस्टिंग हो गई है। मैं आपको बताता हूं, आज ना $17 बिलियन हेज फंड मनी इंडिया में ऑपरेट करते हैं। $17 बिलियन साइज है, और इन लोग ना एक एक डेटा पॉइंट पे रिएक्ट करते हैं। जैसे आपको मैं एक सिंपल एग्जांपल बताता हूं, मार्केट में एक्सपेक्टेशन थी कि आज से लास्ट क्वार्टर में कि जीएलआर का एबिट मार्जिन 9.6% आएगा, सबने बड़ी पोजीशन बनाई और एबिट मार्जिन आ गया 9.2%। तो स्टॉक देखिए 1000 का जो है ना 700 पहले होता है। तो मैं आई एम सेइंग कि इतना बारीक काम होता है आजकल, क्योंकि $17 बिलियन हेज फंड मनी बाजार में काम कर रही है। तो रिएक्शन जो आप देखोगे ना, बहुत शार्प रिएक्शन आता है आजकल ऑन अपसाइड एंड डाउनसाइड। तो इसलिए इन्वेस्टिंग करने के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, कॉमन सेंस होना चाहिए, परंतु बिजनेस ड्राइवर समझो, लर्न करो। और जो है ना, पहले मेरे हिसाब से जो है ना 5-6 स्टॉक लो, और जो थोड़े ना जो स्टार्ट करते हैं ना, तो ये कमोडिटी विमोडिटी के स्टॉक मत लो। सबसे पहले क्या होगा, सिकुलर एक कंपनी के स्टॉक लो, एफएमसीजी हो, हेल्थ केयर हो, राइट, ऐसे वाले लो, तो वो थोड़े सस्टेनेबल रहते हैं, वो ज़्यादा ऊपर नीचे नहीं होते। फिर जब आपको जब समझ आ जाए ना, तो आप ये रिस्क में जाते जाओ, मतलब स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली ये अपना लर्निंग को बढ़ाते जाओ, और रीड करना पड़ेगा। रीडिंग के अलावा ना इसमें कुछ नहीं है, ये पूरा रीड है। और दूसरी बात, जैसे आपका ना कन्विक्शन धीरे धीरे आएगा, ये एक दिन में नहीं आएगा, पर वो कन्विक्शन से ही पैसा बनता है। तो और ये चार्ट वार्ट सब बकवास है, राइट। ये चार्ट वार्ट क्या है, ट्रेडिंग के लिए है। और ट्रेडिंग में मैं आपको गारंटी साइन करके दे सकता हूं, 3 साल का रिजल्ट ना जीरो रहेगा, और माइनस तो रहेगा ही, मतलब आप लकी हो तो जीरो रहेगा। आप 1 साल कमा लोगे, राइट, 1.5 साल कमा लोगे, पर 3 साल का रिजल्ट ना जीरो ही है, राइट। तो ये समझ जाओ। तो ना आप पहले दिन से ना इन्वेस्टर बनो, भले ही ना, मतलब ये सोचो कि अपन ने 10,000 लगाए ना, उसमें 500 ही बने। लोग क्या सोचते हैं, मैं 10,000 लगा के ना 20,000 कमा लूंगा, वो इसलिए वो ट्रेडिंग में आते हैं, फिर ऑप्शन शुरू करते हैं। अल्टीमेटली 3 साल का रिजल्ट जीरो ही है, ये मेरी गारंटी है आपको। तो ये सब मत करो, सिंपल बनाओ। अभी आप देखो कि जिसने इन्वेस्ट किया ना वही पैसा बनाता है, कोई भी पैसा नहीं बना पाएगा, क्योंकि रोज मार्केट वोलेटाइल है, हेज फंड लगे हुए हैं, रोज शॉर्ट लॉन्ग करते रहते हैं, राइट। तो इन्वेस्टिंग ही करो बस, दैट इज द मंत्र एक्चुअली।
सो कोई एक मनी लेसन्स आपको लगता है कि दैट एवरी इंडियन इन्वेस्टर शुड नो?
यार देखो, वो तो बहुत सिंपल है, फेथ एंड पेशेंस जो बोलते हैं ना, राइट, वही है ये बाजार। ये बाजार में फेथ और पेशेंस होना चाहिए, वही विनर है, बाकी सब ज्ञान है, राइट। तो जिसके पास पेशेंस है, ये हमेशा साइकिल है, ये बाजार है, अप्स एंड डाउन लगे रहेगा, वह पेशेंस रखना चाहिए, और उतना इन्वेस्ट करो जो आप झेल सकते हो, तो यू विल ऑलवेज बी अ विनर एक्चुअली। दिस इज माई सिंपल लर्निंग कि पेशेंस होना चाहिए, पेशेंस इज द की एक्चुअली।
सो पिछले 20-25 साल का आपका जो इन्वेस्टिंग का करियर रहा है, उसमें आपका सबसे बड़ा इन्वेस्टिंग रिग्रेट क्या है?
बहुत इन्वेस्टिंग रिग्रेट है, बहुत ज़्यादा एक्चुअली, वेरी फ्रैंकली, कि वो लिस्ट ही कंप्लीट नहीं होगी। क्योंकि क्या होता है कि एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अभी जैसे न्यू एज में जैसे डिक्सन वगैरह बहुत अच्छा किए, तो अपन ने शुरू में जब ये आया ना, तो उतना वेट नहीं था पोर्टफोलियो में, वो सब रिग्रेट होता है, बहुत रिग्रेट तो बहुत ज़्यादा है। और कई रिग्रेट ये है कि टॉप पे बेचा क्यों नहीं करके, क्योंकि ये रिग्रेट ही चलते रहेगा, ये बाजार ही है, इसमें कुछ प्लस एंड माइनसेस चलते रहेंगे। अब ज़्यादा फोकस क्या, मैंने क्या लर्न किया है कि ना, कि बहुत डिसिप्लिन होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, रादर देन फॉलोइंग एनीबडी एल्स। और जो अपना रिस्क प्रोफाइल है ना, उसके हिसाब से काम करोगे ना, तो आप हमेशा सेटिस्फाई रहोगे। यू मे नॉट ऑलवेज बी सक्सेसफुल, बट यू विल बी सेटिस्फाइड कि दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव डन। इन मार्केट ना will always tell you that you are fool actually. Market will make you understand that you are fool actually. So be ready for it. This is what the market is.
एक चीज इस बाजार में कुछ है अनलव्ड, अंडर ओन, आपने अननोटिस्ड वाला कुछ है नहीं, तो ऐसा कोई एरिया है जहाँ पे देखना चाहिए, जो आप, आई थिंक दैट फिलॉसफी यू कैरी?
देखिए अभी क्या हो रहा है, धीरे धीरे जो है ना, वो अनलव्ड, अनटच्ड और अंडर ओन कैटेगरी धीरे धीरे कम होती जा रही है, जैसे मार्केट बहुत ब्रॉड बेस हो गया है। परंतु अभी भी जैसे मैं बोलूँगा कि अभी क्या हो रहा है, धीरे धीरे एग्जांपल के लिए आईटी में लोग काफ़ी अंडरवेट हो गए हैं, क्योंकि सिचुएशन इज़ नॉट गुड। इंडियन म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर अंडर इंडेक्स टू मेटल स्टॉक ऑल्सो, क्योंकि उनको पहले भी कभी समझ में नहीं आया। तो ये जो है ना, ये यदि कोई भी पॉजिटिव आएगा ना, तो दे कैन डू वेरी वेल एक्चुअली।
एक और दुविधा है मेरे मन में कि बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स को मैं देखता हूँ कि लाइक एटलीस्ट लास्ट 4 साल में डायरेक्ट क्लाइंट खुद फंड मैनेजर बन चुके हैं, और एवरेज पोर्टफोलियो साइज अगर मैं कभी कभी देखता हूँ तो ऑलमोस्ट 100 स्टॉक से लेके 200-250 स्टॉक का पोर्टफोलियो बना लेते हैं। पोर्टफोलियो साइज कुछ 1-2 करोड़ का ही होता है। तो आपको क्या लगता है, मतलब आपका 20-25 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, क्या खुद का डायरेक्ट स्टॉक का पोर्टफोलियो होना चाहिए, या किसी आपके जैसे लाइक जो रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड है, प्रोसेस ओरिएंटेड है, रूल्स रेगुलेशन को ध्यान में रखते हैं, कोई बेंचमार्क है, उनको पैसा देंगे तो ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम they will make good amount of money rather than just creating a stress in the portfolio. आपकी उसके ऊपर क्या राय है?
नहीं, देखिए इसका सीधा आंसर नहीं है। जैसे कि आपको बाज़ार की समझ है तो डायरेक्ट स्टॉक बुरा नहीं है, और यदि आपके पास समय नहीं है, आप प्रोफेशनल हैं, तो हमारे जैसे जो है म्यूचुअल फंड हो या जो भी वेल्थ मैनेजर है, दे आर रियली गुड टू सपोर्ट यू एक्चुअली। तो मैं यही बोलूँगा कि यदि आपको समझ है, आपके पास समय है, तो आप खुद कीजिए। परंतु मैंने एक चीज़ नोटिस किया जो वाकई अच्छी है कि म्यूचुअल फंड में जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है और जो टैक्सेशन बेनिफिट है, राइट, तो ना आपके रिटर्न्स जनरली ना इसमें थोड़े बेटर हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि वी हैव टू फॉलो अ बेंचमार्क, सेक्टोरल एलोकेशन एंड एवरीथिंग। तो ये डिसिप्लिन इन्वेस्टिंग में ना थोड़ा रिटर्न बेटर रहता है, अनलेस लाइक यू नो समथिंग एंड यू हैव टाइम फॉर रिसर्च एंड एवरीथिंग। पर लॉन्ग रन में ना क्या हो जाता है कि प्रोफेशनल मैनेजमेंट इज बेटर।
और एक चीज़ देखी जाती है कि पीपल एट्रीब्यूट लॉट ऑफ सक्सेस टू स्किल। आपका उसके ऊपर क्या ख्याल है?
तो ये तो बहुत क्वेश्चन बहुत टफ है, बट रियली इन इन्वेस्टिंग में ना स्किल तो मैंने जैसे बताया आपको रीडिंग करना पड़ेगा, स्किल इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, पर लक और टाइमिंग इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एक्चुअली, राइट। आई वुड रियली से कि कई बार क्या होता है कि योर टाइमिंग इज़ परफेक्ट विच ऑल्सो गिव्स यू गुड रिटर्न। तो स्किल होना चाहिए, और यू शुड स्किल इज़ रियली मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट देन लक एंड टाइमिंग ऑल्सो, बिकॉज उसके बिना तो बड़ा रिटर्न नहीं बनता है। तो एक सक्सेस सबको चाहिए, कि जैसे राकेश झुनझुनवाला ने फॉर एग्जांपल आप देखोगे ट्रेंट में पैसा बनाया बहुत बड़ा, ल्यूपिन में पैसा बनाया, राइट। उसके बाद तो बहुत सारे फेलियर्स है, पर एक दो जैसे जो ट्रेंट ने जो उसको लाइफ में जो फिलिप दिया और ल्यूपिन ने दिया ना, वो किसी ने नहीं दिया। फिर टाइटन ने, ये 3 स्टॉक ने ना उसका गेम ही चेंज कर दिया, राइट। तो वैसे ही हर आदमी की लाइफ में ना ऐसे 2-3 विनर आते हैं जो पूरा चेंज करते हैं।
तो चीफ, और एक क्वेश्चन था कि जैसे पर्सनल फाइनेंस में कोई एक ऐसी हैबिट है आपकी जो अभी भी आप स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं?
या देखिए, वेरी फ्रैंकली क्या होता है, बहुत सारी माइंडसेट्स रहते हैं हमारे। तो हम लोग ना जनरली ना इक्विटी में अंडर इंडेक्स रहते हैं, अंडर इन्वेस्टेड है इंडियंस, क्योंकि हम लोग को क्या होता है हमेशा रिस्क ही दिखता है कि क्योंकि पास्ट में जो हुआ, तो हम लोग ना, मैं बताता हूँ, हम लोग को ना जो इन्वेस्टर एजुकेशन करना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है रादर देन मार्केट एंड एवरीथिंग, क्योंकि इंडियन इकोनॉमी इतनी ख़राब नहीं है कि यहाँ पर बहुत ख़राब हो सकता है करके। तो मेरा जो व्यू है ना कि जो इनिशियल पार्ट में हमारा इक्विटी अलोकेशन बहुत ज़्यादा होना चाहिए ना, हम लोग बोलते हैं पर रियली फॉलो नहीं करते। तो दैट इज़ अ रिग्रेट इवन आई हैव, कि यदि इन इनिशियल पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ यदि इफ यू हैव मोर इक्विटी इन योर पोर्टफोलियो ना, तो गेम वुड हैव बीन वेरी डिफरेंट, वेरी डिफरेंट देन व्हाट इट इज टुडे, राइट। और एकदम सिंपल रखो इसको, बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड मत करो। मतलब अभी तक ये मैंने ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा कि मैं मैनेज कर रहा हूँ, पर बोलो मल्टी कैप जैसे फंड है ना, ये बहुत आइडियल प्रोडक्ट है। आपका लार्ज कैप भी हो गया, मिड भी हो गया, स्मॉल भी हो गया, कभी ये चलता है कभी वो चलता है, तो ब्लेंडेड रिटर्न बेस्ट है, राइट। तो अर्ली पार्ट में आपका इक्विटी एलोकेशन ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, ये मेरा रिग्रेट है, क्योंकि मेरे को भी फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस नहीं थी कि हाउ टू रन द पोर्टफोलियो एंड ऑल। तो आई वुड रियली से कि इनिशियल पार्ट में इक्विटी ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, दैट इज माई मिस्टेक एंड आई वॉज नॉट अवेयर ऑफ।
You were in my shoes. What one question you would have asked?
Sir, this is a very tough. See, I always, try to learn, from the failures of fund managers, right? And I should try not to do that. Okay, because the failures gives us more learning rather than success. So this is what I will always ask and try to learn from that what has not worked and why, so that we should not repeat it.
So ऐसी कोई चीज़ जो स्टिल आप लर्निंग फेज में आपको लगता है वो स्टिल अभी तक आपने मास्टरी नहीं किया, या वो स्टिल लेस अंडरस्टूड है अभी भी आपके लिए?
Yes, see, very frankly there are many parts of the market, which I don't have much grip, and still I'm learning, and there are many mistakes which happens. So, for example, very clearly I have a lot of regret that I lost money in NBFC and microfinance in this in last from September to March 25, because I could not visualize the magnitude of the problem and liquidity tightness and everything, which which is a big a lesson on hindsight, that how things can turn ugly, we should be aware of. That is on a negative side. Second, very clearly, let's say the big opportunity which came in EMS, electronic manufacturing sector, which started, so initial part I missed. I caught the rally in between, though as a fund manager against the benchmark I have done well, but if I would have been in early part that that this is going to be a great, so my return would have been at a different pedestal. So this is so. What happens whenever a new thing comes? The memory of the past will make you hesitant to take decision, to accept this, because we always know boss India में कुछ होता ही नहीं है, ये manufacturing PLI कुछ बकवास है, it will not happen, because we have lot of memories like government has not done anything great and all. But we should be open to changes, and if we do this, really I can tell you our return will be at a very different level than what we generally generate.
How do you define success?
Sir, this is very tough actually. I would really tell you, one should be internally happy that there is no benchmark. There is no benchmark. Means you should have your own standard, and you should make the changes in somebody's life. If you able to do that, and you should have your own standard first, rather than copying, like in an era of in the age of Instagram, or social media, we follow others and we are very unhappy. Don't copy, don't do this. I really feel I have set my benchmark in my life, and if I achieve that, I'll be very happy. Second, I should contribute to society and somebody's wealth creation, and luckily I have done that. So I am internally very happy, though monetary I am not very successful on a relative term, but internally I am very happy, because what I intended to do, I have done it.
So we as an sort of, we cannot call us ourselves as an advisor, but as the custodian of our clients' wealth. So as an investment specialist, what one advice you will give that what we should not do, or what we should take care for our clients' interest? Anything advice for us?
See, like what I have learned in this business, many times for extra brokerage and all, we sell wrong products actually, right? We have targets and everything from a business perspective. What I have learned, if you are honest to your clients, ultimately you will make lot of money actually, right? Don't focus on very short term, or what is your target and you just achieve it. So that mis-selling and all, in my view, we should avoid. So this is applicable to everyone. So if we really want to be successful in the business, we have to be more disciplined. That is the way, and we should be customer first approach will really help us to be successful in this business actually.
Maybe one last final question. Any final thoughts you would like to leave with our young team, which in their journey they will make better, and they will do something?
I am not that old to give everybody advice, but
one thing is that whatever the number of years of experience you have, they have the age.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure you have a lot to share with them.
I have said very clearly, you should be more disciplined, and that solves many problems actually. You should be disciplined, and you should always learn you should be eager to learn new things. If you do this and you have consumer or your customer first approach, discipline, learning approach, passion, and customer first, believe me, you will be great in your life actually. And I'm also learning, and I'm always learning new thing. So I will not preach. It is applicable to me also. So it is applicable to all of us actually.
Gopalji, really big thanks for your time, precious time, and thank you for your wisdom, sharing your wisdom with us. Wish you all the best for your 2026.
Thank you.